first.
Hey guys, congratulations. This is for Minnie. Can you tell us what it was like to watch Enzo make that 1v3 win in clutch, and to choose to stick on the diffuse and not peek or do anything else?
Like, I'm in the coach room with my shoes off. I literally took my headset off and had my shoes on. Like, I thought we lost. Like, yeah, I thought we'd lost. I didn't even have my headphones on to hear if he could full diffuse or not. Like, that's the level it was. Like, I just accepted he'd lost, to be quite honest. Not that I don't have faith in him, but that was a fucking ridiculous clutch.
Thanks, coach.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
We'll go next to Declan from Deserto.
Hi, yeah. Another mini reaction question. How did you feel about Boaster's op play in overtime?
I was actually okay with it because he had the read, but yeah. He should have organized the macro a little bit more instead of just like Hero trying to win the round by himself, but it worked. So if it works, it works.
Like someone whipping out Odin and just spraying everyone.
Yeah, I did that on Haven, didn't I?
Scott, we'll go to you next.
Thank you. This question is for Enzo. The team appears to rely upon you a lot in these retake and clutch scenarios. How do you think these scenarios will change in front of a crowd? And are you taking any steps to prepare for that experience?
Like me being in positions to clutch is normal because of my role as an initiator, like both on defense when you play rotation or on the attack when, you know, first you're allowing your teammates to go on site. And then after that, like either you're watching flanks or, you know, you're not directly on site. So you're present for the clutch. And this is why I'm like clutching a lot there. And once we are going to be on stage, I don't really see any difference. Like the focus is going to be the same. We were super focused as a team today. Like obviously we made mistakes that we have to work on, but we were super focused. And to be honest, the only thing that could change like on stage is that like the crowd, you know, like I don't know what the level of sound is going to be on stage. Are we going to hear everything the same way? That's the only parameter that we cannot even control anyway, you know. So we'll see how it is. I think it's going to be insane. I think it's going to be great.
Thank you. We'll take the next question from Pedro from Sentinella.
Hello, guys. The question is for everyone. What are your thoughts about the Latin American teams, considering that now Leviathan was making a very good series, and in Champions, I remember, was Crew the great pain for FNATIC?
They're definitely a region that you can't underestimate. They have the firepower, they have the strategy, and I think, yeah, it's a stressful time playing against them. I'm exhausted, but it's really fun playing against them as well. I'm looking forward to seeing them in Champions as well. Mad respect for that region for sure.
Thanks so much.
We'll go next to Alec from VLR.
Hi guys, congratulations. I have a question for Boaster. The first map is Fracture, which is obviously one of your strongest maps, and Leviathan have almost no competitive matches on that map. So did you expect it to be that close?
We never know with our map pool sometimes what happens. It feels like we have the 6 maps on lock, and I think it's just like if we show up and if we do our kind of plays correctly, and if we're trading and doing all that and like doing the right plays, then we will win those maps that we have prepared on. But I think it's just like anything can happen in this high stress environment, and when you're on stage and the comm levels really rise at some moments and you're trying to calm it all down and whatnot, it makes room for a lot of mistakes that don't normally happen online as well. So anything like I knew their comp and I watched their VOD from 2 months ago, and they were doing similar things. So at least I had some form of a read that they were doing what they were doing. Yet even if you have the even if you know what they're doing, sometimes they hit their shots and you don't hit your shots, and that's the nature of the game. You like I said in yesterday's press conference, you got to make sure you're hitting your shots and getting those kills that need to be, because it doesn't matter how good your strats are. It's definitely a big factor. And yeah, came guns blazing. We came guns blazing. It was all up in the air. Overtime. It felt like. So yeah, rough one.
We'll go next to Facundo Dominguez from FD News.
Well, my question is for Enzo. Well, at the time that you went to defuse the bomb in that critical moment, how do you really expect that was so easy to defuse at that moment?
No. It was an intense clash, but like sometimes in moments like this where it's extremely intense and stressful, like the behaviors, they can change really fast. The players' behavior can change really fast. So I'm like, I've seen this situation like 100 times when I played, and it takes balls from him to also pick me and check if I'm actually defusing the spike. So I just took a gamble, and my reveal helped me take that gamble a little bit, So I was like, hey, why not? Let's do it. I don't know. I wasn't thinking. It was full of instinct. That's it.
We'll go to Pedro from Blix next.
Hey guys, congrats on beating Leviathan in the playoffs. I have a question for Boaster. In the latter stage or in the late stages of the third map, right before overtime, there was a play in which you weren't able to pull off the defuse on the spike, which then paved the way for overtime to go in the way it did. And so I'd like to know like your perspective on that play, how it went down, and also how you maintain like your mentality from that mishap all the way into the end of map 3.
Yeah, I remember someone else asking me about that one as well. So I think, my bad. I think it was a really tough one because it was a 2 versus 3, and it was a 3 versus. There was a situation. I don't remember how many people were alive. All I remember was I said I'm gonna smoke the bomb, and I had 1 spare star, and I remember I was like, let me see how many times, like I might have to re-smoke the bomb, and I was like, how many seconds have I got? 15 seconds or 10 seconds left on my Astra smoke. So I was like, oh well, there's 3 long, I'm just going to put an Astra star on long and see what it does. And I remember the smoke goes in, Durka's on the defuse, and Durka dies to the nade or the spam, but doesn't get half 2. So it was really unfortunate there. And I remember Enzo was on my left, and I was kind of charging up, and I was I think I said I'm gonna push, and then Enzo started pushing too. So I was like, oh my goodness, quick, let me get back and I'll get on the defuse. So then I went back on the defuse, and it was like I knew 2 were on the left, 1 was on the right. I was like, Enzo can't cover my left. So then I started trying to get half, and I was like, oh my goodness, I'm going to die here. So then I got off of it, not really realizing how much time was left on the bomb. And then I don't even know what happened. I was like, Chamber's not even peeking me. And then suddenly I look at the thing. I was like, oh, it's 1v1. Quick, let me get back on it. And then it's like, I'm going to 1-ball him. And then I was like, well, I don't even know if I got the defuse here. Just like it's going down, and then it gets the kill. But it was those decisions, like, in the heat of the moment, it's hard to make the right move, especially when there wasn't much time left on the clock and too many situations happening. It was I don't even think it was a mistake. It was just the nature of the game.
Thank you. We'll take the next question from Sons of Chaos.
Hello, guys. Congratulations for winning. And this question is for whole team. How was the stress of the last map in experiencing it? And what do you think about the Leviathan with that tackle they eat at the end?
Anyone that hasn't done it yet want to get some lines in?
Bro, I barely can remember the last round, to be honest. What happened?
What are your thoughts on that game, Alfia? The third map. How stressful were you?
I don't want to say anything.
You don't want to say anything?
I mean, yeah, like obviously stress levels are there. I mean, that's the normal thing to happen on stage, you know, in these big moments. So, you know, these clutches that had to come out from us, you know, they're not just, you know, simple and the mind's calm in them situations, you know, like the stress levels are obviously going to be there. And like in this game, I think we handled them pretty well. I think we were able to, you know, reset after big rounds or like round losses as well. And I think as a team, we were able to just, you know, reset and work well together in them sort of situations. So, yeah.
And as for the celebration, our manager was like, one of their players, obviously he's called Taco. Oh, he's got Taco in his name. So then he was like, we should get some tacos if we win. So that's kind of what happened. We didn't really have any ideas for a celebration for today. It was a bit last minute. So we made do with it. We got some tacos, boys were eating them. I was kissing it because I had meat in it and I don't eat meat. So I was just like,
I wonder what we will do in front of a crowd.
I have no idea. I'm diving, mate.
Crowd surfing.
Yeah. Naked.
Get me. Huh?
No, I'm joking. Unless.
Thank you very much for the answer.
Thanks. We'll go to Ian from Valoranting next.
This is for Mystic. Brendan Sideshow were saying that it felt like you had really stepped up in this last match. From your perspective, did it feel like you were performing better in this match than previous matches at Copenhagen? Or how did you feel about your performance in this match?
I mean, I think I did all right. I mean, even in my last matches, I think the way I value my performance or judge my performance is on like whether I was able to make the right decisions, not really based off stats. So I think during this series, there's a lot more correct decisions that I made. You know, times where I pushed, where I felt it like it was right to push, and you know, times where I just like hold the brakes and then like cancel out of things. But I think this series, I'd say I played a little bit better than I did in the previous series, and I'm happy with that. And hopefully, I'm able to continue, if not do better.
Thank you. We'll take the next one from Arnab from Desk Gamers.
Hi guys, congratulations on the win. I have a question for Mini and Booster both. After the match against FPX, I asked Booster about Bind, and he said that FNATIC was one of the big dogs on Bind before the DAPA era. And last two matches we have seen Bind. Do you think it still retains? And the other part of the question is, if we talk about Ascent, last two matches on Ascent were pretty skeptical from your side. Do you guys think there are more changes or there are some mistakes that shouldn't happen from your side?
So Bind, yeah, I still think we're one of the best Bind teams in the world. Like Paper X are probably the best Bind team in the world. So kind of hard to really beat yourself up about losing to them when I think we lost both pistols and it was like 13-10 or something. And then today, you know, they had a bit more footage on us than we did of them. And I think it was just one of those stressful LAN games, really. I think we would, you know, I still think our Bind's really good. As for Ascent, I think we need to go back to the drawing board a little bit and have a look. I do think the Leviathan is really strong on Ascent. They have a really good comp and they play it really well. I think we just need to go back to the drawing board a little bit and kind of figure out what's going right or wrong.
Viper. No, I'm joking. Do I add to that or do we just do?
Well, if you want to add to it.
Yeah, I think Ascent, like we've been looking when it comes to scrimming and like the progress we make. We look like we're learning a lot from Ascent, but it feels like every time we play, some of the stuff we've learned is like there's new stuff to learn, and it's just we thought we were like it was one of our kind of top tip maps, but I think there's just too many variables that happen on it for us and too many decisions we make in stressful situations where we end up playing the macro wrong and we do things wrong and differently to what normally happens. And then we always seem to start off pretty slow as well. So it doesn't really help with anything like that, especially on a defense side where the map is fundamentally more defense sided as well. So yeah, I just think, yeah, like Minnie said, we need to go back to the drawing board a little bit and figure out what's going on.
Thank you. We'll take the next one from Kobe from Upcomer.
Hi guys, congrats on the win. My question is for Boaster. As somebody who's spent a lot of time in and around esports and had this long career in the scene, what's the most amount of people you've played a match in front of before to this point in time? And how are you feeling about the prospect of playing in front of a packed Copenhagen crowd?
Yeah, I think it doesn't get better than an insomnia, that's for sure. I think the crowd that I played in front of was probably about 20 people. Nah, I think there was a bit more. 40 people, but like they didn't even know what they were watching, I'm pretty sure, because that's what the event is about. It's just like they just sit there. They're probably like, oh, some chairs, and let's just watch what's happening here. And there's
I think I was half of the crowd.
Yeah, exactly. So there's some UK players on the stage, and let's just sit there and eat our food while we're chilling. So, but you know me, I've done some theatre performing before, and that was in front of thousands. So when it comes to a crowd, I don't care how many people I play in front of. I'm just going to enjoy it and really kind of, as a performer, you kind of really bounce off the energy that the audience gives you when they react to what you do when you're performing. So when it comes to these stage games, I feel like the crowd's going to be on our side potentially, unless we're doing bad things in game and they're like, oh, I'm not supporting FNATIC anymore, they're giving me too much stress. But yeah, so I'm really looking forward to seeing all the crowd members and I'm telling you now, I saw a little bit of the tech run and it's looking pretty sweet.
Thank you.
We'll go to Rabia from Jinx TV next.
Hello, everyone. Congratulations on the win. It was an insane game. My question is for Poster. For the next match, which team would you like to face? Is it DRX or once again FPX?
I mean, I think that's an easy one for us. We played FPX 3 times recently, so I'd like
five this year.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So we played them a lot this year. I've just meant in the past 4 weeks.
In the last month.
Really?
Yeah, we played them 4 times.
We only played them once in group stage.
Group stages and 2 in qualifiers.
And then 1 here, so 3.
Not 4.
Group stage 1 is
There's
2 years ago
We
now.
played them twice in playoffs.
Oh, anyway. Anyway. Yeah, so we'd much rather play DRX because I know that Stack said to me in a hotel lobby back at Iceland, he was like, I want to play you again and get our revenge. So that'll be a real spicy game, I think. And I'm looking forward to it as well. If they win, I mean, it could be FPX too. But we'll see.
Awesome. Thank you.
And we'll take the next question, which could be the last question, from Roldy from Agentes and Linnea.
Hi guys, congrats for the win. First, I want to say that you guys have a lot of fans here in Latam. Well, maybe not today, but you guys really do. So my question is for Boaster. Coach Manny said that you had a really good read in that OT round with the operator. So what was your read on that round and how the comps were? Because I'm sure that you really surprised Leviathan there.
Yeah, we actually just saw Leviathan out back and they were like, bro, why are you buying an AWP in overtime? And I was like, oh, I don't know. But essentially what happened was every round they were walling up and he'd boombot. And I saw the pathing of the boombot and I knew that I could cross on the wall. And also I had an AWP now. So I was feeling super confident about whoever was going to swing into me. I was like, I've done this angle in ranked plenty of times. I know that. And the funny thing is the last time I did in ranked, I got a 4K in a very similar fashion as well. So it was quite a bit of deja vu there for me. But yeah, I think it was just like, I was really doubting myself. I hesitated. I was like, oh, if I do this, like Minnie could be like, what is he doing? But I was like, no, I think I get the kill if they face me. And I knew that he was kind of spotting the showers because I've seen it in previous rounds when we did like a executes and whatnot. So I was like, I'm gonna go take him out. If it's either the chamber or the raise, we'll see who it is. And then the round just kind of snowballed from there. And let's just say man's only missed 1 AWP shot this whole event. Not bad.
Watch out, Doug.
Thank you very much.
Watch this.
Thank you. We got a couple more questions come in. We'll go to Ian from Valoranting.
This is for Alfier. Do you feel comfortable on the stage now after playing 3 matches? And are you happy with your performance so far?
Yes, it was first match was very scared me. Like I was nervous, but after that first match, I think I ask myself why I'm nervous. I have a chance can show myself, and we're playing good second match and this match. I'm happy for my performance, and next match I will do this performance again.
Yeah, you can definitely tell that Alfie's kind of confidence has gone up from the first match, because every time we're in attack round, Buster, I want to do this, I have read. And then I'm like, well, I could let him go be free again. Alfie, go kill. So it's nice to see him kind of fall back into his usual state of just wanting to be that frag hungry player with a lot of firepower and mechanical skill. So that's cool.
I think that might have been the last question. FNATIC, thank you so much for speaking with us today, and congratulations on your victory.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.